Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to lost media that's been found so far this year. Um, not really much else to say about that beside that, so I'm just going to hop right on into the fucking video.
We're halfway through 2025 and we have already found some legendary lost media. And honestly, this is the year of lost pilot episodes being found. Which is funny that I'm even saying that because I said the same thing last year. And of course, thank you for clicking on this video, but let's just get straight to the
Yeah,
first topic.
I just want to say, shout out to Morbid for fun. Shout out to him. I love this dude. I love his content. Fucking Nat, finally dead. Cool. That was a big Nat too. But yeah, no, I love you, Morbid. You're fucking great. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue the video now. I just wanted to give a shout out to Morbid for fun.
We're starting off this first
Fucking
topic
Nat.
with a disturbing piece of lost media, which was found on January 1st, 2025. Literally the first day of the year lost media was found. Not only that, but this is a very old piece of media that was from Oswald the Lucky Rabbit TV show that aired all the way back in 1929.
Oh
The
my
lost episode
god! No, the fact that we found Oswald Lost Media, kind of fucking wild, bro.
that was found is titled The Offing Sheik, which due to YouTube's guidelines, I am not allowed to say the S word, which is just complete bullshit. This short starts off with Oswald skipping and frolicking with his Latina, and once he drops her off at her place, Oswald
Fucking
proposes to
Nats,
her
bro.
and wants
Fuck off.
16 kids, but she tells him
Bro, I'll tell you what, I hate living near a fucking water source to where there's fucking hella gnats and fucking water bugs, bro. I hate it so much. It pisses me off. Fucking fuck off.
to kick rocks instead. After that, the short takes a very disturbing turn because Oswald is heartbroken. Throughout the short, he tries to find ways to erase himself from existence. Oswald sees a man lifting a heavy safe with rope, so he gets out a pair of scissors to cut the rope, which causes the safe to fall. Oswald tries to get underneath the safe, but the man pushes Oswald out of the way to save him, but gets crushed in the
Okay, so you're telling me that YouTube doesn't allow us to say the side word? S side? We're not allowed to say that? That, he's right, that is bullshit. Cause it's a thing that fucking occurs in life all the time. It happens a lot. So the fact that we're not allowed to talk about it, kind of fucked up. Anyway.
process. Oswald makes a disturbing hand gesture, telling the audience that he's going to shoot himself
Oh
with a
my
cannonball,
god!
but it turns out to be a dud. Oswald tries again with the rope, ties it to the cannon, and pushes the cannon down a cliff. While Oswald braces himself, the Latina that rejected him calls out for help because she's trapped in a burning building. Oswald then attempts to escape the situation he put himself and hops inside the cannon to launch himself to the burning building.
I don't think he just like put himself in the cannon. I'm pretty sure he just happened to fall inside the cannon. Uh, but okay. But dude, this is really fucked up, bro. I You see, this is the kind of shit that used to be allowed to be shown on like on television, bro. Not live television, but this is the kind of shit that used to be able to be shown on television. And nowadays, people are fucking upset when you make a 9/11 joke. Like, come on. Like, this is what kids would watch. This is for children. Like, fucking wild.
He then saves her and the short ends.
This, y- this, this Oswald episode reminds me a lot of, the freaking sad Squidward episode from, fucking SpongeBob. Uh, Yeah, no, that episode, like, I watched that as a kid and I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, even as a kid, like, as like a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, which I don't think is when it came out, but even still, like, when I was like 9, 10 is when I saw it. I was just like, Jesus Christ, bro. What the fuck?
is a real short that was made back in the day, and it's super cool that this piece of lost media was found.
Yeah, it
Not
is cool
only
that was
that, but
found.
this is giving me Offing Mouse AVI vibes, considering the plots are similar despite one being a creepypasta. But hey, I guess we can now say that we have our own real version of that creepypasta. I had no idea that this was a thing, but Korea had their own version of Blue's Clues. Now, I'm not surprised that other countries aired Blue's Clues on TV, but I expected it to be dubbed or subbed. However, in Korea, they had a complete different actor playing Steve. Or should I say, Uncle. The Korean version of Blue's Clues, titled This, which translates to Riddle Blue or sometimes Mystery Blue, premiered on the South Korean network KBS2 on July 24th, 2000 and ran until November 8th, 2001, unlike the other international versions.
Okay, it only ran from 2000 to 2008. Kinda wild. Considering that, like, Blue's Clues is still continuing onward in the US today. Like, I don't know where else it's continued onward, but I know for a fact that, like, it's still, like, in the US and in Canada, because Canada has the same exact Blue's Clues as us. Fucking Nat. Fucking Nat! Jesus Christ, I'm gonna go insane. But yeah, no, like, I know that Canada has the same Blue's Clues as us, but, like, I don't know where else in the world would have Blue's Clues still. Like, the fact that, like, we just keep finding new people to replace Steve is kind of fucking wild.
Versions that simply dubbed the original episodes, Korea created its own unique take by introducing a new host character named Uncle, who was played by a comedian, replacing the role of Steve entirely. Another notable difference was the show's opening, which was changed to feature a traditional Korean folk song instead of the original theme.
Okay.
Only a small amount of footage from Korea's version of Blue's Clues has surfaced over the years. One of the earliest clips to appear was a bumper featuring a short segment from the show, originally uploaded to YouTube by
I don't like that. Like, how, like, you know, all that other shit's
was a
happening in the
bumper
background. Like, there's a whole other
featuring a short
him
segment
behind him. Why
from
is
the
that
show,
happening?
originally uploaded to YouTube by user Kodong Hyun and later archived by DKL3 on archive.org. Another brief appearance of the Korean adaptation came to the US 10th anniversary special Behind the Clues 10 Years with Blue. At one point, the Korean blogger discovered a tape containing some footage from the KBS2 series and shared screenshots on their blog. Another blogger managed to locate the show's theme song and uploaded it as well. While a few VHS tapes and music CDs were officially released in Korea, they're now extremely rare and haven't been on sale since 2002. Despite that, a few tips were eventually ripped and uploaded online.
Damn, they haven't been around since literally the year I was born. They haven't been purchasable since the year I was fucking born. 02. Craziness.
Full episode resurfaced on June 16, 2020, thanks to YouTube user Shining Road TV, although this was removed shortly after due to a copyright strike. But it was eventually later re-uploaded on the Internet Archive. On July 3, 2020, 4 additional episodes were discovered and shared through a Google Photos album. These 2 were later added to the archive, taken down, and re-uploaded again. More recently, on February 4th, 2025, 7 new episodes were found by YouTuber JJJ4 through a Google Drive link, some of which had previously only been documented through still images. These episodes have also been uploaded to the Internet Archive. There was a total of 34 episodes, but a majority of the show is still lost, with only a few episodes being partially found due to only a few clips existing.
Damn, bro, that's kind of fucking wild, though. Like, honestly, that's fucking wild. That it's like that. Wow. Like, the fact that, like, we're able to come together as a society just to find shit that, like, we remember, but, like, we can't remember the name of or anything. The fact that, like, we're able to come together and, like, be able to find this kind of shit it, it's really cool to me because like I I love seeing like lost media and stuff because like there's been some stuff on Morbid's channel to where like I'm like I saw that, I've seen that before, and like it's just like an episode of something that like got banned or something, and I like wondered why I never saw it again or something, you know, just something simple like that. But you know, it's just I fucking love it. I love the community when it comes to finding lost media.
The only reason why I'm talking about this piece of lost media is to spread more awareness. But do keep in mind that on February 4th of this year, 7 whole episodes were found, which is still big news. And as I mentioned in the
Yeah,
beginning,
huge
it
news.
is super weird how South Korea got their own version of Blue's Clues because, like I said, I expected them to dub it or, add subtitles, but I guess they decided to go with their own version, which is pretty neat. VeggieTales Live was a touring stage show series based on the popular VeggieTales franchise, first
Yeah, we all know about VeggieTales.
debuting on January 29th, 2002 with VeggieTales Live on stage at the State Theater in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The live performance continued over the years with new productions being staged through 2015. Several shows have since been recovered in full, including the original 2002 production,
What's with them all being 2002, bro? What's with it all being my fucking birth year, dog?
Tour Live from 2005 and 2006, God Made You Special Live from 2008, Sting Yourself Silly from 2010, and most of 2013's Happy Birthday Bob and Larry, as well as 2014's Silly Song Sing Along. Other shows remain partially lost, with only clips, scattered footage, and promotional images available online. Some additional pieces of media related to the live shows have surfaced over the years, such as the live version of the VeggieTales theme song and the track A Friend is a Friend from the 2002 show.
I was scared when I thought that I had lost you.
Archived versions of the official
Okay,
VeggieTales
cool.
and Big Idea website have preserved promotional material and trailers for all the shows that can still be found on the VeggieTales DVDs, VHS tapes, and YouTube. It remains unclear whether Big Idea ever recovered full versions of the unreleased shows or still holds them in its archives. On December 25th, 2024, YouTuber Nintega Dario shared an early draft script from the original 2002 show, which he had received from an anonymous source. Then on February 7th, 2025, the ultimate unofficial VeggieTales channel uploaded the complete 2002 stage performance to YouTube. 2 weeks later, the same channel followed up with the full recording from the
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Oh my god. I don't know why the fuck I'm like super tired all of a sudden as soon as I start recording, bro. I've just been sitting here yawning basically. But no, this is fucking insane. Like, what? You just like that? No, like the fact that they found it in the first place, and then that person fucking uploaded that, and then another person uploaded the full thing, and now somebody else has another one that's a full show. Craziness. This is why I love the community when it comes to finding lost media.
second leg of Rockin' Tour Live. Just like the Korean Blues Clues, these live tours are still not fully found, and I wanted to talk about it in this video just to spread more awareness. But luckily in 2025, we did find 2 more episodes.
Oh
Real
my
Monsters
gosh,
was the
2 more?
original pitch pilot for what would later become Our Real Monsters, the animated Nickelodeon series that ran from October 1994 to December 1997. The
Our Real Monsters is like, it's not a show like I watched very much because, you know, it was like a 90s thing. I watched a couple episodes, you know. I don't really know their names at all, though. But yeah, no, I do remember this show, though.
The pilot was created in 1993 by production company Klasky Chupo as a way to pitch the concept to Nickelodeon. Prior to its eventual discovery, very little was known about the pilot beyond a few details. Most notably, that the character, the Gromble, was originally named the Womble. The name was reportedly changed to avoid confusion with the Wombles, a different series airing around the same time.
Shit.
The plot of the pilot followed the same general storyline as the series' premiere episode.
I even knew that the Wombles was a thing. But, okay. That's kind of interesting to know. That's just like an interesting fact to just know for no reason, really.
The switching hour. There was long-standing speculation about its length, whether it was an 11-minute short like most episodes or a full-length 22-minute version. A fan resource, the unofficial Rugrats Online, claimed the pilot was titled Monsters Get Real, which ran for 6 minutes and had about 5 minutes of new animation added when adapted into the first aired episode. Composer Drew Newman, who worked on the main series, also provided the music for the original pilot. For years, the only glimpses of the pilots came from 3 low-quality screenshots and a 1994 promo that was uploaded to YouTube by user That90sGuy, which featured brief clips from the pilot.
That 90s guy? Oh my gosh. I know that channel.
That video was eventually removed following the user's termination, though a version was later.
What? What? That channel no longer exists? Aww.
Archived via the Wayback Machine. Then, on February 15th, 2025, the full pilot was finally uploaded to Reddit in the r/cartoon subreddit by user Oprah Windu, who had received it from a friend. The version shared was an AI upscaled and cropped to 16:9. Just 2 days later, on February 17th, a higher quality version in its original aspect ratio was uploaded to the Internet Archive by Lost Media Wiki user Haley, making the pilot fully accessible for the first time. The Cigarette and the Weed is a short animated film created by controversial animation.
The Cigarette and the Weed. What a fucking title. What a fucking name that is. Been going for 17 minutes and I'm just
icon,
gonna do this all
Ralph
one
Bakshi, best known for works like Fritz the Cat, American Pop, and Cool World. Released in 1981, the short was Ralph's attempt to return to the tradition of having animated cartoons play before featured films in theaters. Running at just around 3 minutes, the film follows a simple narrative. A weed growing through a city sidewalk encounters a discarded cigarette butt. The two briefly talk before the cigarette rolls into a puddle and gets extinguished. While the short was never widely distributed, it did see limited screenings at various film festivals over the years. A short silent snippet of the animation also made an appearance in 1982's Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, serving as one of the few publicly viewable clips at the time. On February 25th, 2025, Ralph officially released the full short onto his Twitter account, making it available to the public in its entirety for the first time. Drawn Together is an American adult animated sitcom created by Dave Jesser.
Did you just say Drawn to Life?
And Matt Silverstein that originally aired on.
Oh, sorry, Drawn Together. I don't know why the fuck did I say Drawn to Life? Oh, Drawn to Life is a game. That's what I'm thinking of. Drawn Together pilot? I literally know the pilot. Or no, are you talking like the original pilot? Like the pilot for the pilot? Like the non-aired pilot one?
Comedy Central from October 27th, 2004 to November 14th, 2007. The show was marketed as the first animated reality TV show that followed various cartoon archetypes living in a house together in a parody of the real world. To pitch the concept,
okay, so yes. It's like the original pilot, not the pilot episode that like got aired. Okay, cool. Because these are not what the characters look like.
David, Matt, and Jordan Young.
Okay, so let's see. Who in the pilot looks the way that they do normally? So I forget the pig's name, but bro is basically looks the exact same as what he normally does. The SpongeBob-like motherfucker, the one that looks like a fucking Twinkie, he looks like a fucking crackhead here. Ling Ling is green instead of yellow. Which, okay. I don't know why I'm forgetting like all of their names, even though like they literally just showed me all their names. The Bo Peep over here, she looks basically the exact same. It's just that in the actual show, she's just a little bit fatter, which ain't nothing wrong with that. The fucking superhero dude, that nigga does not look anything like he does. Xandar looks nothing like he does. Foxy Love, though, Foxy just. She low-key kind of look hotter than in the actual show. And, fucking. Oh, shit. Um. God, I can't remember her name, but the princess bitch. She, bro, why does she look like just like a normal like housewife? Like not even like housewife as in like housewife that like well I guess then it wouldn't be a housewife, but like you know like I'm talking about so like desperate housewives sort of look.
Created a brief pilot presentation around 2003. Not much was known about the early versions for years, other than a mention in a 2003 Variety article stating that it was shown to Comedy Central programming executives who quickly gave the project a green light. The pilot looked quite different from the final product.
Yeah,
It
no shit.
featured lower quality flash animation, and several characters had very different designs. Ling Ling was green instead of orange, Captain Hero had a different
Captain Hero, yeah, that's his name.
hairstyle, a darker suit with a different emblem, and no cape. Xander wore a different outfit and
Yeah, that's right. His name is just Xander.
hairstyle and was voiced by Jess Arnold, and
Oh wait.
Xander wore a different outfit and hairstyle and was voiced by Jess Arnold,
Oh.
and Princess Clara resembled
Princess Clara.
Disney's Alice instead of the generic princess parody seen in the final series. For years, the pilot was never seen, besides the people that worked on the show, of course. It wasn't included on any of the DVD releases, and only a brief silent clip was shown in a behind-the-scenes documentary on the Drawn Together movie, The Movie DVD. Due to negative opinions from creators about the pilot, many believed it would never surface. That changed on March 17th, 2025, when Matt uploaded the full pilot to his YouTube channel. This next
Okay, yeah, no. I'm gonna have to watch the fucking pilot. Cause I love Drawn Together. Drawn Together is such a good fucking show. Honestly, if you've never seen Drawn Together, try to watch it. Just try. Try your hardest to find it somewhere.
piece of lost media is a big one. Family Guy is an
Oh my god, the Family Guy pilot.
animated sitcom created by Seth MacFarlane that aired on January 31st, 1999. But before the show officially premiered, a 16-minute
I've actually seen the pilot. I've seen the pilot before. I don't know how, but I have seen this pilot before.
unaired pilot was produced sometime in 1998. This early version would
Yeah, because I've seen Stu with the green overalls and purple shirt. I've seen that before.
later evolve into the show's debut episode, Death Has a Shadow, though it features noticeably different animation, character designs, clothing, and a number of scenes that were ultimately
Yeah, no, cause I've. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the one episode of Family Guy where uh Brian stops 9/11 in that episode. Like they go back in time just for Brian to find his fucking ball. I'm pretty sure, and like they go back to the pilot episode. Well, no, they maybe it's not that episode, but it's a episode. Fucking like goes back to the pilot, and I mean, sure, it doesn't show like the full pilot at all. It just shows like a tiny little amount.
scrapped. Fox reportedly gave Seth MacFarlane only $50,000 to create the pilot, significantly less than the typical $1 million budget for most animated pilots at the time. Seth animated the pilot himself over the span of 6 months, working out of his house, and collaborated with Jim Kenshin Productions. However, following its production, Jim Kenshin attempted to claim full credit and filed a lawsuit against both Fox and MacFarlane on June 1st, 1999.
Oh, wow, bro,
the
you're
case
a
was
dick.
dismissed on November 28, 2000. For years, only partial footage of the pilot was available, and about the first 7 minutes of it appeared on the Family Guy Volume 2 DVD set, released on September 9, 2003. The remaining footage was replaced by a coming.
Or maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of that. Like, maybe because I watch a lot of Family Guy stuff, like, on YouTube. So, if I came across that on YouTube, I would have watched it. So that's probably what it is.
Coming soon screen.
I don't know,
Outside
though.
of that, only a few low-quality screenshots, some snippets in early promos and interviews with Seth MacFarlane, and several now defunct QuickTime clips from a fan site offered additional glimpses. There were even stills used on early promotional materials, like an edited shot.
The fucking one with Peter sitting in the chair, that was literally used in the show. I remember that being used in the show. It wasn't the exact same, but like it was the same. Like it just was drawn better. Like they basically redrew it, is what they did for the actual show. Wow. Like I know that scene.
From the chicken fajitas joke that appeared on the show's 1999 online
Chicken vaginas.
shop landing page. On March 20th, 2025, the full pilot finally resurfaced when user Ghost the Dead Girl discovered the
Whoa, no, because if that's part of the pilot, then yeah, no. I am thinking of the episode of Family Guy then, where they go back in time and they go to the pilot episode. I am thinking of that because Stewie even if Stewie or Brian, one of the two, I'm pretty sure it was Stewie, talks about how freaking Peter's nose did that weird. Well, Peter's eye did that weird thing where it goes over his nose.
complete 16-minute version hosted on the personal website of Robert Paulson, who had been credited as part of the show's digital ink and paint and compositing team. The pilot had apparently been sitting on the site since around September 2022. And as mentioned, this is for sure one of the biggest pieces of lost media that were found in 2025. Captain Underpants.
I don't think so, gang. Because I definitely remember seeing those in that one episode.
Is a children's book series.
Although, if you're talking about the full thing, then yes. Captain Underpants! Oh, this is gonna be good. I already know it's gonna be good. It has to be good.
It's created by Dave Prickley, centered around two fourth-grader boys, George Beard and Harold Hutchins, who hypnotize their principal into becoming their homemade comic book superhero. This series has seen massive success with 12 Books, a spin-off series, Dogman, and a 2017 animated film. And also, I'm pretty sure Dogman also got a movie not too long ago.
Dogman did get a movie. Also, what the fuck are you talking about? Dogman takes place in the same universe as Captain Underpants? What? That's news to me. I didn't know that. Okay.
But nearly a decade before the first official novel release, Prickley wrote an early version of the concept titled The Really Cool Adventures of Captain Underpants, self-published in 1989 while he was attending Kent State University. The 48-page book was sold for 10 cents at local stores around Kent, Ohio, and Prickley donated some of the proceeds to charity including Goodwill and United Way. Wait, what the hell? It's Pilkey?
Yeah, Pilkey. Yeah, his last name is Pilkey. I was like, wait, what? You're pronouncing his last name wrong. It's not Pickley.
I've legit been pronouncing it prickly since I was a little kid. Yo, what? This is news to me. Also, Dave.
Just like how it's news to me that they take place in the same fucking universe. Like, I knew that they were wrote by the same dude, but I didn't know that they were the same universe.
Dave, in case you're watching this video, I'm still gonna be calling you prickly. A February 1989
Damn.
Springfield News Sun article mentioned the book was nearly complete at the time, quoting Dave as saying it was basically a good versus evil type thing. Unlike the later books, this version of Captain Underpants lived in Cleveland, and a separate 1989 Limo News article listed several villains featured in the prototype, including the Skunk Woman, Sid Dawn, and his dog Sadup, and the one and only, the Incredible Hunk. The original design of Captain Underpants had a sharper, more detailed look compared to the later cartoonish style. Because of the limited release, estimated at
Oh
only
my
25
gosh.
to 50 copies, this early version is considered lost. On September 17, 2017, a CBS Sunday morning video showcased Dave Prickly briefly holding a copy of the prototype, revealing parts of its colored front and back cover. Outside of Dave's own copy, only one other is popularly known to exist. It was shown online by Reddit user The Abitting Times in 2020, who originally bought it during its release. On March 20th, 2025, the same user uploaded several interior pages to Reddit, but declined to share the full book, citing copyright concerns, which is an extremely weird excuse. Growing up,
No, the fuck it's not. That is not a fucking weird excuse at all. Would you show, like, the full fucking length episode of a show on your YouTube channel? No, because of copyright reasons. Don't act like that's a weird reason to say.
I loved Captain Underpants. I still have a few books till this day, and not gonna lie, I kind of want to get my hands on one of the original copies. I mean, from the looks of it, it's only rare because it's only estimated that there's about 25 to 50 copies, but I'm so down to get one. In 1979, Britt Allcroft acquired the rights to adapt the Rail Race series for television. Over the next 2 years, she met with numerous animators while deciding on the show's visual style.
Oh my god, Thomas?
Ultimately settling on live-action model animation after collaborating with David Mitton. With a commitment from ITV, Allcroft personally funded a low-budget test pilot by mortgaging her home. Filming took place over 3 weeks in March and April 1983. The pilot adapted the story down the mine and was used to pitch the concept to networks. The pilot featured early, rough versions of the models. Thomas had simplified side rods, no red lining, and a different face than in the finished series. Annie and Clarabelle were built from kits and had untested, unreliable chassis, requiring them to be pulled with fishing wire. Smoke generators installed in the models caused heat damage to their plastic bodies, and eye mechanisms frequently malfunctioned, often veering off suddenly or getting stuck. These issues were later fixed for the series. The pilot was never broadcast publicly and only shown in private screenings. After its test screening in April 1983, it was later shown by Shining Time Station co-creator Rick to a preschool audience. Though he no longer possesses the tape, he has stated that all materials were turned over to Mattel. According to user Tom Props, who had been in contact with the former crew members, the pilot models were later refurbished and reused for the main series. Gordon's
Oh my gosh, you guys actually reused the pilot stuff for the series? That's crazy. That's actually wild.
model was upgraded with the new chassis and detailed paintwork, while Thomas received lamp irons and other structural modifications. For decades, the pilot remained elusive. In 2022, its dialogue and visuals leaked online. A production packet from the time confirmed the pilot was originally intended to be narrated by Ringo Starr. In April 2024, a still image was publicly shared by Lost Media researcher Sewer Reviewer, and on May 8, 2025, the Reading Chronicle reported that the pilot had been recovered and reconstructed using footage from both the original reels and existing episodes, with new music composed by longtime series composer Mike O'Donnell. The reconstructed
I didn't even know that it was Mike O'Donnell. Oh my gosh.
Pilot was released the next day, May 9th, 2025, appearing early in an article on People.com. Damaged film elements have been located in Mattel's archives, helping bring the long-lost test episode to light as part of the franchise's 80th anniversary. On August 15th, 2007,
Super Mario 60. Wait, Super Mario 64? Big Star Secret? What the fuck are you talking
YouTube
about?
user named LotusMan17 uploaded Super Mario 64 Big Star Secret, a fake tutorial that claimed to reveal how to unlock Luigi in
This is considered lost media? Okay. This doesn't seem like it should be considered lost media. I remember watching this video when I was younger.
the game. It was actually a screamer, ending abruptly with a jump scare from the Kayfie coffee commercial.
Yeah, I was terrified. I literally have seen that video. I watched it back when I was younger. And it scared the ever living shit out of me when that fucking jump scare popped up. I jumped like a little fucking baby, bruh. Like, I jumped so fucking hard.
Better known as the Ghost Car video. The video gained popularity and was widely shared to prank unsuspecting viewers, eventually amassing over 698,000 views before being deleted in late 2011.
Oh, so that's why it's considered lost media, because it got deleted? Oh, shit.
I know that doesn't sound like a lot of views, but back then, that was crazy viral.
Oh, yeah, no. That shit was crazy fucking viral back then, bruh. Like, no. Like, today's standards are nothing like back then. Because, like, back then, like, YouTube was only a couple years old. Like, it was, what? 6 or 7 years old at that point? Well, actually, 2011. It got deleted in 2011. I believe YouTube started in 2005, so yeah. YouTube was only freaking 6 years old. As opposed to it's 20 now.
5-minute video edited with Windows Movie Maker featured scrolling text and gameplay footage recorded off screen with a flip phone to make it seem more authentic. Lotus had used the Toad's Tool 64 level editor to alter the castle's layout, change Mario's outfit, and replace textures with custom ones made in MS Paint. Steps included actions like running around the fountain or kicking a boo, with music such as those chosen by the planet from Final Fantasy VII, and Whispers in the Dark by Skrillex playing in the background.
What?
Due to copyright issues, part of the video was eventually muted and later replaced with Database by 009 Sound System after Lotus accepted a $40 offer to swap the track. The video ended with the instruction to press A on the wall, which triggered the jump scare, followed by
Yeah.
credits scrolling up the screen. Although Lotus has said he may have deleted the video by mistake, an archived Facebook post suggests he removed it due to backlash and hate comments. He confirmed he no longer had the file, and the Internet Archive never captured it. Only fragments of the original video survived. A reaction video showed about 28 seconds from the beginning and end, though
Oh
the
my
full
God.
reaction is now lost. In May 2024, an additional 40 seconds from the beginning were recovered from a private reaction video and uploaded with the faces blurred. In May 2025, the first 47 seconds were found by a Lost Media Wiki user
Oh, friggin' epic.
on an old Windows XP hard drive. These clips confirm
This is
the
actually
origin
epic.
of the video's thumbnail. However, the majority, about 4.5 minutes, still remain lost. Although it is still lost, I feel like it is important to add this in the video because we are officially another step closer to fully find this iconic YouTube video.
Yeah, dude. I hope that the community is able to freaking find the rest of the video. Cause honestly, like, that was such a good jump scare back in the day. Like, I mean, nowadays with like people knowing about it and stuff, like, it would not work as well, obviously. And like people being like, okay, it's probably just L is real, you know. But yeah, the fact that like I went, how did I even do that? I can't even find that. Oh, there it is. I somehow went exactly to the fucking thing. Anyway, that's it for the video, guys. Uh, yeah, he's looking in the video right now as well. So, but yeah, no, that's it, guys. Uh, I freaking love reacting to. I love Morbid's content. If you guys want me to react to more Morbid, or like more just like videos in general, like in terms of like try not to laugh or whatever, just actual reaction videos, just let me know. I mean, this is not a good example of like the reactions that I can do because this is just like I just saw this video. And I was like, I gotta record my reaction to this because it's wild that we found shit like it's crazy to me that we found this shit already in 2025. It's fucking crazy to me. But anyway, guys, I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.